beautiful summer day. Nice to relax down by the creek with Sarge and Ducey. In fact, this episode of Warrior Summit Outdoors is all about relaxation, learning to find one's natural rhythm after combat. You know, during combat, everything seems like it's going at warp speed, and it's often hard for vets to adjust to the slower, normal pace of life once we return home. A great activity to find that slower rhythm, well, it's fly fishing. Recently, I was honored to get an invitation from the Stroudsburg Rotary and Project Healing Waters to join other veterans on a fly fishing adventure in the Pocono Mountain region. Did I get a trout? Or will Ducey have a better chance of getting one? Stay tuned to find out. Good boy. Good boy.
The master sponsor for Warrior Summit Outdoors is Theodora's Restaurant. This program is brought to you by the Berger Family Dealerships. The View of the Day is presented by Hazelton Eye Specialists and Stroudsburg Eye Specialists. Sarge the Dog is brought to you by the Mosca Law Offices, CrossFit Drums at Cloud9 Personal Training and Fitness, and Century 21 Bernstein. Ducey the Puppy is presented by Pride Mobility Products and Quantum Rehab Power Chair Solutions.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise. At the Gary Sinise Foundation, we serve our nation's defenders, veterans, first responders, and their families. We're working hard to ensure their sacrifices are honored and supported before, during, and after their service. That's why we're wishing the best of luck to Warrior Summit Outdoors. Your show will help bring attention to the difficulties faced by our returning wounded heroes. And for that, I thank you. God bless.
Theodora's Restaurant in Drums, Pennsylvania, the area's premier spot for delicious American cuisine. Open for lunch and dinner, Chef Drew's diverse menu, including his weekly specials, certain to satisfy any appetite, and our ambiance, as appealing as our cuisine. We offer a variety of settings: indoor dining, private rooms, indoor and outdoor bars, and beautiful patio seating. Whether you want a meal out or to throw an event, from an intimate party to wedding, check us out. Theodora's Restaurant, American cuisine, world-class ambiance.
It's the Labor Day sales event at Berger Family Dealerships.
Introducing CrossFit Drums at Cloud9 Personal Training and Fitness, the Greater Hazelton area's first and only CrossFit affiliate. We still offer our traditional monthly gym memberships and one-on-one personal training, but have expanded to also offer CrossFit classes taught by multiple Level 1 CrossFit certified trainers. We are open 7 days a week, 365 days a year to help you achieve your fitness goals. CrossFit Drums at Cloud9 Personal Training and Fitness, now open and ready to get you in the shape of your life.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget. Restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
The day before fly fishing, I took my Jeep Rubicon up to Berger Family Dealership for a once-over. They always treat me great there. next day, I was off to join a bunch of other veterans for fly fishing in the Pocono Mountain region, courtesy of Stroudsburg Rotary, Project Healing Waters, and a generous landowner. Upon arrival at the gorgeous property, I was sure to speak with a few of the people who made the day possible.
Well, Project Healing Waters is an all-volunteer 501c3 organization, and what we do is we promote healing with veterans that have had issues with post-traumatic stress and potential loss of limbs through the art of fly fishing. It's a very healing process, and so that's why they came up with the name Project Healing Waters. Trout don't live in ugly places. So that's what we like to tell our fellows. It's very relaxing when you're out on the stream and out in nature. And even if the veterans don't participate the very first time they come out, that is not an issue with us, because sometimes just getting out is a major step in the process of their healing, and we don't know. Everyone is at a different point in their healing, and sometimes just making that first step onto the bus from the VA to come out to an outing, that's a big deal for them. I was invited to be a guest speaker at the Rotaries of the Stroudsburgs for one of their meetings, and after I gave my presentation, Ray Starner, who is the owner of this beautiful property, he came up to me afterwards and said, I would very much like to host an event. And I was the guest of Ruth Ann Rocchio, and with her connections with the Rotary and Ray's generous offer of use of the property, that's how all of this came together.
Well, I think when you see the reaction of the veterans as the day progresses, last year, every veteran that was here caught a fish. And to see the smiles on their faces, to see the elation and getting out in the outdoors and having the food provided by the Rotary, you could see it, the change of, walking in, and all of a sudden it's like something's lifted off their shoulders. So if we can do anything for people to serve this country, the club will do it, I will do it. I open my property up to any veteran at any time for fishing. They just have to tell me they're coming.
We have veterans from not only the VA Medical Center in Wilkes-Barre come down to participate in fly fishing, because they've discovered that the different things involved in fly fishing actually help in the healing process, both emotionally and physically. And what's going to happen today, they will come down around 10:30, 11 o'clock, and at that point we'll greet them with coffee and little goodies. We'll have some information about what we're going to do today. At some point we're going to have an award ceremony for the people who are participating. After that, we will start them fly fishing. We'll provide fly casting lessons. We'll provide mentors to help each of the people who want to fish do their fly fishing in this wonderful stream. We also have some of the guests from Paul's House, the Valor Foundation Clinic. They're going to be joining us today as well. So we've got a lot of wounded veterans who are coming, and we want to show them a really good time.
1996, I was involved in a horrific training exercise aboard Camp Pendleton, California, where my body was burned 60%, second and third degree burns. I was in a hospital for 4 months. Once I was done with all the recovery and everything else, it took a long time for me to recover, therapy, this and that. I was really down in the dumps, really depressed. I wanted to give up. But then once I got back home here to Pennsylvania, I became familiar and found out about Project Healing Waters. And Project Healing Waters completely has turned my life around. It makes it special for me because I know a lot of other veterans who served. They're my brothers, they're my sisters, and each one of us have our own stories about the battles and things that we went through while serving our country. Whether it was in Iraq, whether it was Afghanistan, whether it was Vietnam, my situation, just a burn accident. But it took me a while to come out of my shell, and I think a lot of other veterans, this program here helps them get back to a normal life and living again.
This is such a beautiful environment. The creek is, is right here. The trees, this whole setting. We've stocked the creek, so there are some fish in there. We know that, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful spot, beautiful area for them, and it's just a nice, quiet, enjoyable day.
Before hitting the water, I met up with my veteran mentor and fly fishing instructor for some lessons on land. He was really skilled, and I was fortunate to be taught technique by him.
No wrist. The only time's wrist is forward.
Okay. So straight back, like that?
You gotta get some power in it.
Okay.
Watch. Watch. It's an acceleration to a stop. I stop, and I go forward. You gotta put some power in it. You need to get that. There you go, that's better. Now I wrist again. Stop.
Okay.
That snap you heard, you didn't wait long enough for the line to straighten out behind you.
Okay.
You gotta wait for the line to straighten out behind you. Now I'm gonna fix your wrist.
All right. Ah.
This will loosen up, it won't be tight.
Okay.
Because I don't want to cut off your circulation. But I don't want you using your wrist. And everybody uses their wrist. Even I use it still sometimes. But that'll help. Now it's an acceleration to a stop. Did you see a bounce?
Yeah.
That means you had enough power and movement in that line to let some loose.
Okay.
You ready to fish?
Let's go catch a fish.
Maybe. It's called fishing, not catching.
Well, I've learned that a lot in my life.
So have I.
Hazelton Eye Specialists welcomes Dr. James Diem to their practice. Dr. Diem specializes in comprehensive eye care from birth to all ages, specializing in hard-to-fit contact lenses, vision rehabilitation due to head trauma and stroke, now accepting new patients. Don't give up. Call Dr. Diem and let him help you on your journey to better vision today.
Hi, I'm Brian Anderson, and I'd like to invite you to be a part of something special. USA Cares is a nonprofit organization helping military families with emergency financial assistance. We help prevent evictions and foreclosures, utilities from being turned off, and we put food on the table for our nation's heroes. USA Cares is looking to form a chapter in your area. Go to usacares.org. USA Cares, making a difference in the lives of military families.
It's the Labor Day sales event at Berger Family Dealerships.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, and outside grill and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Time to head down to the creek to try my luck in catching a trout. After a bit of fishing, I decided to trek across the creek to talk to another veteran who was having a lot of luck catching fish.
My name is Ted Shudak. I'm with the 10th Mountain Division. I was a 4th of the 31st Infantry Regiment. Operation Anaconda and Polar Harpoon in January of 2002.
Yeah, you guys got it pretty good.
Yeah, I got a little payback then.
Yeah, you guys were the original. You guys paved the path.
We also set the record for the highest firefight, 10,900 feet.
So do you find fly fishing you find it tranquil? Do you find it as, what does it mean to you?
Peacefulness. Takes my mind off things for however long I'm fishing. Whatever's going on in the world outside doesn't matter. As long as I'm fishing, anything can happen, it won't bother me.
Absolutely.
The moment I get out of the water, out of the boat, that's another story. And that's where Project Healing Waters comes into play. You gotta find something to keep busy. If you don't, you sit around, you start feeling sorry for yourself. Next thing you know,
that's exactly it.
You're in a bad place. And the only way to do it is find something to do. I tell them, find something that you can immerse yourself in no matter what happens. What happens in the world around you, you're so involved in that, whatever that hobby may be, fishing, hunting, shooting, it gets you, a clear head for maybe however many hours you're gonna do it. Also takes out some of the aggression and other things, fills your time. I mean, most of these guys, they get out of the military, everything's said and done for you. You get out after 5, 6, 7 years, you don't know what to do with yourself. But one thing I learned to keep busy was my friend. He passed away a little over a year and a half ago. He was a prisoner, POW in Korea. He told me, he was like, you gotta stay busy. He was like, when you stop and you start thinking, you start feeling down on yourself, and that's when everything starts coming back. If you can just find anything for an hour a day to keep you busy, it'll keep those thoughts out of your head.
That's great advice.
The View of the Day is brought to you by Hazelton Eye Specialists and Stroudsburg Eye Specialists, the official eye specialists of Warrior Summit Outdoors.
The Pennsylvania-based Valor Clinic Foundation provides veterans assistance accessing benefits, food, clothing, shelter, and support to homeless veterans, and post-traumatic stress resources. Founded in 2008 by veterans Mark Bayless and Tony Cross, we're a nonprofit dedicated to helping veterans navigate through the process of recovering and rebuilding. Please support the work of Valor Clinic Foundation. Help us give back to those who have given so very much.
Get the entire story when it's convenient for you. And get it from WILN News. 2 daily newscasts from your #1 source for local news. WILN's Evening Edition, news at 5:30, and WILN's Late Edition, news at 10. More than just headlines. It's the whole story. In-depth reporting on hot topics and more. Plus the area's most accurate weather report from the WILN Weather Center. More news, weather, and sports twice a day. Only on WILN, we're your local network.
Hazelton Eye Specialists welcomes Dr. James Diem to their practice. Dr. Diem specializes in comprehensive eye care from birth to all ages, specializing in hard-to-fit contact lenses, vision rehabilitation due to head trauma and stroke, now accepting new patients. Don't give up. Call Dr. Diem and let him help you on your journey to better vision today.
When my mom died, Tony really would have liked to have come home. He was deployed to Kuwait. The Red Cross contacted his senior sergeant, and he was on his way home. For one day, for 1 hour, I felt like the most important person in the world was my mom. And getting her grandson home, the Red Cross is there for us.
Theodora's Restaurant in Drums, Pennsylvania, the area's premier spot for delicious American cuisine. Open for lunch and dinner, Chef Drew's diverse menu, including his weekly specials, certain to satisfy any appetite. And our ambiance, as appealing as our cuisine. We offer a variety of settings, indoor dining, private rooms, indoor and outdoor bars, and beautiful patio seating. Whether you want a meal out or to throw an event, from an intimate party to wedding. Check us out, Theodora's Restaurant, American cuisine, world-class ambiance.
My My talk with Ted in the creek about how a Korean War veteran mentored him inspired me. I decided to invite veterans representing every conflict from World War II to present to a dinner. Chef Drew of Theodore's Restaurant, who was the son of a Korean and Vietnam War veteran, was more than happy to cook up a multi-course feast, including delicious fresh trout. The dinner was not only an opportunity to share stories with veterans from every conflict over the last 70-plus years, it was also an opportunity to learn valuable coping skills post-combat.
Here's your first course, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to thank everyone for being here, and I'm very grateful and honored to participating in this. Your first course here is zucchini rollatini stuffed with ricotta and finished with a little bit of jumbo lump crab meat for your first course, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm honored to have everybody here tonight. It's not very often you get a representative from every war since World War II at one table for dinner tonight. This is greatly my honor. And I want to thank all the veterans that are here tonight. I want to thank propose to toast all the veterans who couldn't be here with us tonight, those that are still downrange overseas, and those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice. So I'd like to propose a toast. Very good. Let's enjoy some food.
All the other ones had gone to the USS Missouri, which was a brand new battleship, okay? And when I saw my name wasn't on the list, I was wondering what was going on. But they did put up another list then, and there I saw my name on it, and it said you were assigned to the United States Naval Armed Guard. I didn't even know what the Armed Guard was, you know? I thought we're gonna be guarding buildings or something like that. Little did we know, okay? We got on a train and went down to New Orleans, and there it was, a beautiful brand new vessel. It was a merchant vessel carrying war materials, and all it had on it was 10 guns. A 3-inch 50 on the bow, and a 5-inch 38 on the stern, all right? And 8 20-millimeter cannons. These are like pea shooters, you know.
Oh, geez.
So
that's the Armed Guard?
That was the Armed Guard, yeah.
It was a war, the mountains right across Korea. And every outfit had a section of that mountain to hold the Koreans from coming through, pushing everybody into the sea. We had the West. We had about, I don't know, almost 30 miles of mountain defense, or our division. We held them. They never got through. But every night the same thing. The bugles, about 100 bugles blown. Not the same tune either. Then the flares go up. And when the flares stopped, that's when they came. You hear them screaming, yelling, hollering. And it's dark, and you're looking, trying to see them down the mountain. I don't forget none of that. I must have a funny memory or something, I don't know. But I couldn't.
They used that tactic in Vietnam as well. They had amplified megaphones, and with reverberators. And when they would yell, "Marine, you die!" and then they start screaming and yelling, and bugles would blow. It would sound like it was coming from everywhere at once. And it was just like awesomely. You just had to like grit your teeth and just say, "Okay, the enemy's coming this way." It doesn't matter what the noise is. The enemy's coming this way.
I mean, it was like it sounded like it hit right next to where we're sleeping, so it was like so loud, and it was so, you heard the rumble under your feet and all that stuff. I was like, oh Lord. I put the cigarette out. I'm like, oh man, that was my cigarette that I was hoping for. Because we had just got there. We had just got to Ramadi, and we just bedded down for the night. You know, we took all that stuff off and all that stuff. So we just sit down and said, all right, I'm gonna go out for a cigarette. I'll have my PTs on, my flip-flops on. I'm like, all right, go out, smoke a cigarette. Next thing you know, I just lit it too. I was like, oh my God.
You weren't exactly in combat rig at the moment, were you?
No, I wasn't in combat rig. I was in PTs and ready to go, just sitting there like.
I didn't change his shorts.
You about right on that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, we had an action. We went into the jungle with 2 platoons, okay, roughly 62 men were in total, okay. Me and 3 other guys walked out, and a German Shepherd.
And a German Shepherd.
Me, 3 other guys, and a German Shepherd walked out.
Well, we were now over there 15 minutes when we dropped the fish hook down, with only shore batteries were firing on us. So we had to quick pick up the hook and get back out to sea.
Well, you know, it's what I find is so ironic is that, you know, we go back, our wars go back from 70 plus years ago to what we've got today. And the stories are not much different.
No.
Some of the stuff that Ed's talking about isn't much different than, say, myself and Nate are talking about and what Cinders was talking about, you know, and how it goes back with you guys. It's amazing how times haven't changed.
Well, here's your
I'm with you, Ron.
round trade tonight, guys.
Oh, wow, it's so nice.
A beautiful trout. We have it over top of a potato disc.
I gotta take a picture of our food.
Yeah. Look at this. This is as big as my stomach.
Oh my goodness.
Walt built a memorial out of my combat boots and helmet on the back of our motorcycle, and everything that's on there is all patriotic and promote awareness of not forgetting our fallen.
Right.
You know, and also our other 2 big things is that women serve too,
Oh, yes.
and our homeless veterans. So that's our big thing.
You're doing great work.
Thank you.
Great work.
You guys are all special.
Every veteran's special.
Every veteran is special. So just keep that specialness, keep that solid feeling. It's a real tough thing to be a veteran because you've just experienced a very traumatic situation, and there's no one on the planet that can figure it out but you and a fellow veteran.
It takes courage to fight in war and courage to come home and cope. Lean on other veterans. Get in the outdoors and remember, courage heals the soul.